Welcome everyone. Today we'll be talking about electronic procurement as in receiving things. What are the steps, what are the process that are been involved in electronic procurement in this presentation. The agenda is very simple. We will be talking about the benefits and the risk of e-procurement as in what we are ordering and what we are getting per se. Analyzing procurement methods to evaluate cost saving. Yes, definitely it entails remove the intermediaries so that there are no commissions, no brokerages. Hopefully, the cost prices comes down for for procuring things from online. Assessing different options for integrations of an organization system. We are talking about MIS with the e-procurement suppliers. Everybody is distant clear about what is expected, and things are written in black and white as to what will be the repercussions or repercussions thereof. We talk about the management issues one by one. So, what benefits and risks are associated with procurement? Yes, there might at times there might be slips and misses between what has been ordered and what has been received. So that is one thing that needs to be eliminated. Which methods of e-procurement should we adopt? As in, we should be involving an e-procurement, as in the freight has to be paid by somebody else, or is it we need to go there, inspect the material or from the vendor's place, and then place an orders, probably pay online when the orders have been delivered, or you just do not care to go to the visit to the vendor's place, you simply place the order online and things get delivered at your doorstep. What organization technical issues are involved in introducing e-procurement? This is what we are entailing upon it. Let us see how important is procurement. Believe me or not, one of the biggest and most often ignored aspects of business is procurement. In fact, if you can buy at the right prices, you make more profits altogether. We estimate that every dollar a company earns in a revenue, 50 to 55 cents approximately is spent on indirect goods and services. Things like office supplies, things like computer, things like other equipment. The $half represents an opportunity in driving the cost out of the purchasing process. Can we do it? And that is what we are looking forward to. Companies can increase profits without having to sell more. This was stated way back in 2020, 2002, 20 years back by Hildenbrand, as the case might be. The five rights of e-procurement, which been stated by Bailey in 1994, roughly 28 years from today. What comes around it? We should say purchase the thing at the right price. Definitely, yes. Delivered at the right time, as the case might be. Definitely, we should be ensuring that the right quality of the products has been delivered at the doorstep, definitely at the right quantity, and last but not the least, should be properly sourced or rightly sourced. So yes, at the right price, right time, right quality, right quantity, and right sourcing is what we would be looking for, and this will be entailed with e-procurement. Look, this is a pictographical representation that comes around it. We have a supplier and we have the originator. The originators will be issuing the PO or the purchase order. The purchase order comes to the supplier, and no, the supplier needs to deliver the product. Now, you need to understand, once the originators have put in a requisition, been approved by the top management, and the buyers will issue the purchase order, which has been placed both here and to the account department. Once this has been done, there is a supplier who is going to make a delivery. So look, there's a warehouse. This gentleman come with the product along with the invoice. This invoice has to be again merged with the accountant. Accountant will merge it with the purchase order or the PO. And if things are in shape, it has been approved. The payment has to the customer has been made, as in the supplier would be going around it. There is a very simple procedures, but there are many steps to it. There are many lips. There are many slips. There are many things that may go wrong altogether. Task description is absolutely what we have been seeing around it. If we say so, the search for goods might take 1 hour, the fill in paper acquisition around 10 minutes, send to buyer 1 day, buyers in term. Now you see, these are your operation terms that comes around it, which goes and where are the delays that comes altogether. So we have in buyer's tray, buyers enter order numbers. I have already explained it to you in the previous slide as to how the requisition has been originated, has to be approved, and probably the buyers will made shortlist those vendors and probably place the orders with the purchase orders. The vendors, on the other hand, would deliver the orders based on the purchase order, give an invoice during the time of delivery, and probably will be paid accordingly from the accounts department once things are found to be in the right shape altogether. So yes, as the symbol says around it, every time there's an O, it stands about process. Every time there's an arrow, it will reflect the transportations. If there is a black square, it is looking at an inspection. There is a stability that comes around it. If there is a word called D, there's a delay, as I said in my previous slide. And in the inbound goods is the inverted triangle that comes around it. So this is what we are talking around, what we know about procurement. How do we go across with the procurement purpose thereby? So originator selects and requisites the orders. Definitely yes. Managers approves the order. Buyers originator places the orders. The goods are received and delivers, and matching and payment has been done. Look what is happening with it. I have given you a descriptions in the previous pictographical description in the previous slide. So originator selects requisite orders. Managers approves orders probably. Yes, the buyers and originators places order. Goods receives are delivered, matching and payment has been done. Now this is what comes around here. You look into it, integrated payment of ERP system that comes around it, and now accounting system, open order system, email, the CD, the web catalog, the stock control catalog. This all plays a vital role thereby. So yes, what are we looking into it? From a supplier side, there's one supplier and number of buyers comes around here. So it's a sell side supplier side, or it's a buy side supplier side where you trade via buyer's website, and there are a lot of suppliers who wants to go around it. Right. So it's a company website. This one is the company's website, and you can go to the any of the companies that comes around it. This probably is a Amazon website. You will be having a buyers, and there are n numbers of products where the Amazon would be looking for it. So there are many sellers that is available to it. Many to many exchanges, a neutral exchange that comes around it when we have not only n numbers of buyers but n numbers of sellers, and then there is an intermediary website that comes around it. So, how do we go around it? Suppliers or intermediary websites? What with an aggregate supplier catalog, as the case might be? Yes, we can obviously talk about the supplier sites. There is a firewall, you cannot penetrate as on when on basis. So, we have an aggregate supplier catalog. Look, we have a number of vendors who can supply the orders. So there is a buyer, there is a buyer. This is put through an ERP system as to the originator of the place, which has to be approved around it, and so on and so forth. And simply this has to be processed through an e-procurement software. The e-procurement software, once been filtered to different layers altogether, filtered across the different layers, getting it approved, will percolate to the supplier. The supplier which have been already been cataloged thereby. Yes, I am showing you an Amazon.com website, which is a relevant example as to what we are looking into it as far as the marketplace is concerned. Here we can find electronic goods, we can find apparels, we can look for health and personal cares. We can have a deals for day. There might be easy return policy. There might be gaming accessories that comes around it. Yes, then there we come to the very last slide wherein we are talking about a government website. In a government website, what are the links that has been given to altogether? How does the government works around as far as vendors are concerned, where the government can purchase in, or even the vendors can make a sale on the government website through other people altogether. Now, these rates are always mandated, have been curated by the government and been approved by the government. Otherwise, people will not be able to enlist them. So these are much more reasonable, much more reputable as the case might be. So with this, I come to an end of this presentation. I am sure that most of you are getting aware of what exactly the innovations will be talking about it, the supplier side, the e-procurement that comes around it, what are the modus operandi for e-procurement. We have nowadays a lot of website that comes around it, let it be B2C or C2B, the supplier side, the buyer side, the neutral side. There are government website that comes around it, which comes with other kinds of pluses and minuses, if you may say so. With this, I come to an end. Thank you for watching this video.